Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. Welcome to Game Day Live, presented by the Let's Go Devils podcast network and the Primetime Radio studios, along with Crew Brew. My name is Vinnie, Parise, and I am joyed to be joined by my good friend Shorts Guy as we get you set for New Jersey Devils hockey as they take on the San Jose Sharks. Welcome to all fans watching on Facebook, YouTube, X, wherever it is you get your podcasts. Shorts Guy. 8-game heater came to an end last game.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen at some point. We didn't want it to happen, but we knew it would.
I actually thought they were going to win 82 in a row, but that was just me personally.
It would have been
81 in a row.
81 in a row. 81-1.
Yeah,
and it's. We knew it was going to happen, and we knew that there would be some, losses along the way. And unfortunately, Markstrom came in, and I was kind of talking about it the other night. It's tough to come back from a long layoff as a goalie. It's definitely a specialized position, and on top of that, a couple things about that last game, which I'm sure they broke down very well in Devils After Dark, which I was unable to hear because it was too late that night. Penalties got us in trouble, and the offense decided to not show up until halfway through the second, going into the third. So the offense decided to start scoring after they had 5. And I don't think the defensive effort was all that great either in that game. So it was. We were bound to have one of these games, and it was just one of those things where it just happened to be Markstrom as a net for it.
Yeah, and you touched on it. People were kind of like giving it to Markstrom online after the game. I'm like, this has happened before. Goalies come back from a little bit of a layoff, injury bug. It's not going to be peaches and cream right when they come back. I did see some people complaining that they started him in that game instead of saving him for this Sharks game. You would suppose lighter competition, but I'm not even taking the San Jose Sharks lightly because what makes Colorado so great? Speed and playing on the rush and the power play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's exactly what San Jose does. They don't do it quite as well, and their depth isn't what Colorado's is, which explains the record difference. But is there really that much? I guess with Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar, there's like a significant difference. But it's not like Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith, Tyler Toffoli, this William Eklund that they have in San Jose. Those guys are awesome too. So, it's not going to be any easier, in terms of the goaltending perspective. You're always going to be facing good players and good teams, regardless of what their record is. So they got the first start out of the way, Colorado. Heater over. Now it's back to focusing on playing a consistent, strong game. And like I said, now that the heater's over, you work on starting another one, but it's not the topic of conversation anymore. It's not hanging on for dear life, maybe getting in some bad habits just to hang on to the heater. You want the team playing a strong game at all times, regardless, of what their record has been in the last handful of games. So now you get right back out there and try and do it again.
Yeah, before we go any further, I want to give a woo to Brian Hoyt for the super chat there, feeling a Luke Hughes goal tonight. That would be great.
Ooh.
We'll discuss those pairings, I'm sure, in a little bit. But to kind of wrap up the Colorado game, it also doesn't help when you give a high-powered offense like Colorado 6 power plays, one of which being a 5-on-3. That was just absurd. And coming back from a little bit of a layoff to be on a penalty kill like that as a goalie can be tiring. It's not easy. And unless you've been in that position and you've played it, it's hard to be down a man and on a power play or on a kill against a really good power play like that. So the Devils did themselves no favor. AJ Visco points out that they did have 18 shots in the first period, and we know our history against goalies that used to play for the Devils whose last names end in Wood. They do very well against us. We just have this history. Like Scott Wedgwood has our number, and sometimes that happens. Chris Terreri had the Bruins number in the mid-90s all the time, and he played against the Bruins all the time and won. And it's one of those things. Scott Wedgwood's got our number. Mac Black tends to do pretty good against us. Thankfully, they're both on the same team, and we're done seeing them for the rest of the year. So the offense just was not clicking like it had. And we had our chances. We just couldn't score. Scott Wedgwood played very well. You got to give him a ton of credit. He played very, very well until the offense started really kind of getting into it. And when I'm sure they were like, oh, crap, we're the New Jersey Devils. We can score here. And they did. And, all of a sudden it was like, boom, boom, boom. We're getting goals. But, that also weighs on you as a goalie. It's like, Markstrom's seen this heater going on. And here he gets, his first start in a while. And all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, we can't score now. It's like, it's tough. It's definitely tough.
If there are any positives to take away from that game, it's the fact that they did come back. It was 5-0, then it became 5-4.
Yeah.
Right?
Which that right there shows they did the same thing against Carolina, even though we were all annoyed at that Carolina loss. Yeah, Carolina went up, but we kept kind of crawling back into it. They would go up, we'd crawl back into it, and we eventually fell flat at the end. Same thing in Colorado. Colorado went up 5-0, and then all of a sudden it was 5-4. It's the Devils have this ability to crawl back into games. They just tend to do it, and then they're we just came up short in the end. And if we're gonna look at what happened last time after that loss, the Devils went into Tampa and just kind of wrecked the joint and came out of there to win. So here's hoping they go into the Shark Tank and they wreck it. They drain the tank, and the Sharks are left without a win.
Yeah, for sure. I like that they've proven they could score, right? They could score in bunches. They're always in a game. Carolina and Colorado, the two losses. You can argue two of the teams right there with the Devils in terms of the best in the league. You're going to lose those games sometimes. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to and tread water against the ones that are even with you. And that's how you become a 90, 100-point team in the NHL. You're not going to, you're not going to have 130, 140 points in the standings. That's just not how it works. And Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, they did what they were going to do. Now you move on. You play San Jose, who you struggle. I'm not going to say they struggled against them, but San Jose proved why you can't take any team lightly, no matter where they are in the standings last time they played. Because the night before that, they beat the Rangers, and then they followed it up with a close game against the Devils the day before, where they had the lead once upon a time in that game, the Sharks, and they had 2 goals waved off. So anything could happen in that game. The Devils have to play strong. Celebrini is one of the best players in the NHL. There's no doubt in my mind he's a top forward in the league that needs to have their eye on them at all times. But I do overall, if they play the way they've played, they'll continue being one of the best teams in the league. So I'm excited to see where it goes tonight. Jack Hughes, man, even in games that they lose, he's going to be collecting his points. And that goal he scored, nice wherewithal by Bratt to get it back to Jack after the nice play that he made. But man, is number 86 on fire right now?
Yeah. He's killing it for my fantasy team, and I love that. I also had, I think I've got McKinnon on my team too. I can never remember this stuff because I just sometimes details are difficult for me. But Jack is just looking awesome, and this is one of those things where we're hoping that there's no injury this year, because I can guarantee that the general feeling out there for a lot of people are like, oh crap, when's that injury going to happen, and when's this going to end? But it's he keeps playing like this, and holy crap, it's going to be a hell of a season for him. And yeah, I do have Nathan McKinnon on my team too. I'm looking now. I should remember that.
He was probably your first pick. Did you pick second overall?
Oh, they were my keepers. McKinnon and Hughes were my keepers.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I want to play a league like that. How many keepers are there?
This year there are only 2.
Got it.
If there's an open spot, we'll bring you in next year.
Yeah, I would play for sure. I'm in 2 leagues. One is where you have to win categories, and the
Mm-hmm.
other is you get points based on what the players
Okay.
do. So like a goal, I think is
Yeah,
3 points, and assists is 2. Um, I like both
yeah,
styles. So,
yeah. We go by points, and there's this whole big points. I don't even know what it is. That some of the other guys, like some of the hot pod guys, are just so much more into it, into the details and minutia of it. I'm like, oh, okay, I did well tonight.
Nathan
That's it.
McKinnon, good. Jack Hughes,
Jack Hughes,
good.
good.
Yeah,
You know,
Connor Hellebuck, you stop the puck.
yeah. And then it's fun. But yeah, Jack's killing it for me this year, and I hope he continues that tonight. Because I could use it tonight. I've got him in my starting lineup, obviously, but I am so happy with how he's playing, and I just want it to continue. And we're all hoping for an injury-free season.
Absolutely, and I bet like anyone who has the big four in terms of forwards on the Devils is pretty happy with the way things have gone. Like
Yeah.
Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, and Jack Hughes, all three of them are like top 30 NHL scorers right now. And then you got Timo Meier, I think he's got 9 points in 10 games, like just the typical Meier, like the good version of Meier that you expect. Big
Mm-hmm.
power forward, just about a point per game. He might not get 82 points, but he'll get you 60, 70 with a bunch of goals. And in the playoffs, he's going to be a big force. So I like what I've seen so far. I'm not going to let one game. I mean, it got ugly at the end, but I wanted to talk to you about this too. When it became 5-4, Meier took a penalty, and Colorado scored on it to make it 6-4, and that's when it became like that was the turning point in the game for real for
Yeah.
me, because you can't just keep taking penalties the way that they did in that loss,
No, and that
especially with Brett
was gonna,
Pesce out of the lineup. Sorry to cut you off.
yeah, I know, and that was going to sink them with the amount of penalties right from the very start too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
right from Markstrom clearing it out of the rink and getting that delay game, and yeah, with Brett Pesce out of the lineup, with the Seamus Casey, who is in his second game of the season overall between here and Utica, and he did not impress. We'll put it that way, because I think it was his bad pass that led to one of those later goals in the game. It just was such a dumb pass to pass from low to high in your defensive zone, and they pick it off like that. It was just like, ugh. He's going to have to, really kind of impress, and they've switched up those pairings, and it's him and Luke tonight.
Yeah.
Together. So we'll see. I saw some comments today when I saw the morning skate lines put out. A lot of people are a little bit like, Hughes and Casey together. It's a little bit iffy. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
our buddy Nick Villano was not a fan of that as the third pair coming into today. So hopefully that everybody's kind of proven wrong, because I saw it too, and I kind of echo you and Nick's sentiments where it's like, oh boy, here we go. High danger
Yeah.
hockey, for and against. Hopefully the for outweighs the
Yeah.
against. We're going to start a new thing where every couple shows we talk about someone who the Devils can get to enhance their chances of winning the Stanley Cup throughout the year.
Okay.
I'm looking at the scores right now, and I see that after Ottawa tied the game against the Calgary Flames, Mr. Nazem Kadri scored to make it 3-2. There's a lot of talk about the Flames riding out Kadri through his 1,000th career game next week and giving him his silver stick and not trading him right before that. It's kind of seen as like an unwritten rule that teams kind of do that, I think. Although I remember last year, and I don't know how this wasn't talked about, the Ducks traded Cam Fowler to the Blues, and the Winter Classic at Wrigley Field ended up being his 1,000th game. And that was like his third game in a Blues uniform, something like that. So I don't really understand when it's real, when it's not. But what do you think about trading for Nazem Kadri?
There you are, Vin. I froze there.
Was I gone?
No, I froze.
Oh, you froze.
I froze. Yeah, you were talking about Cam Fowler in his 1,000th game, the Winter Classic at Wrigley Field, and then it was like, and that was that. So
Most of it then. it was like his 1,000. I'm like, where does that line cross where it's like okay to, trade a guy
Hmm.
that close to his 1,000th game? But I think the Flames are going to hold off on trading Kadri till after that, assuming they continue to lose. But where are you on the Devils possibly adding him to be their third line center? If you're running down Hughes, Heischer, Kadri, I like that top three-headed monster.
I was just gonna, because I know I saw it mentioned in the chat, and I was just gonna look it up, and because he's on my fantasy team as well. That would
Who
just be
don't
another.
you have?
It's you know
McDavid.
what, for I don't have him. No. For mostly an auto drafted roster, it's not too terrible. Um, but it would depend, because I know he's a little bit older. He's hell of a lot of experience, cup winning center. Where is he here? He's 35, and he's got his cap hit is 7 million. He's got a modified no trade clause. I'm curious if we would be on it, but that's a that's almost like Palat 2.0, taking him
Oh,
on.
oh,
Uh, it would feel like that Palat 2.0, because he's 35 now, 36, 37. You're paying him $7 million till he's 38. Now, it's not to say that he's a terrible player or he's going to fall off a cliff when he hits 36, but that's kind of right up there with like the Palat money that we're all like, oh, we'd like to get out from underneath it. I don't know how keen the team is going to be on. I mean, they would have to get it. I mean, you could potentially swap the two,
yeah.
and then you could potentially swap them and then hope that maybe Calgary will retain a little bit, maybe retain 2 million. But that would be a tall order, because we got them to retain quite a bit on Markstrom, and they're right at they've got some cap space, but um, like they could do it, but I don't know how keen they would be doing it.
For sure. So I've heard that the they are taking calls on him, and the price is high because a lot of teams are looking for center depth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I understand the comparison to Palat because of the age, and that definitely is a worry. I feel like Kadri fits the way he plays fits the Devils a lot more. Palat to
Mm-hmm.
me, even though I was on board at first, I talked myself into it when it first happened. It was an overreaction to not getting Johnny Gaudreau because Johnny Gaudreau would have fit the Devils style
Mm-hmm.
perfectly. He speed, skill, tenacity. Playing with Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, he would have fit right in. Palat's nothing
Mm-hmm.
like that, and they
No.
turned around and gave him a good portion of that money, and it just hasn't worked out. It was never his game, and so I don't know. I think Kadri, whatever team he goes to, I think he's going to help them. I could see him going back to
Yeah.
Colorado. But I do think the price is going to be high. So if you
Mm-hmm.
are paying all that, it would be nice to offload a guy like Andre Palat if you can.
Yeah, because but then we're still kind of stuck in that same cap space dilemma, where we've got to figure out what to do when it comes
Yep.
to Kovacevic coming back, because we're technically projected to be -5 in the hole. We can't be taking on, uh, another. Let's say the Flames would retain 2 of that 7 million, and we would take on 5 million, unload 6. So we've really taken care of $1 million in cap space once Kovacevic comes back. And that's just, we're going to need to do a little bit more than that. We're going to need to do a lot more than that in order for us to really get cap compliant, because before you know it, Kovacevic is going to be coming back, and we're going to have to make a move.
Yep, the Devils are one of the teams that are happy that the cap is going up significantly in the next
Mm-hmm.
handful of years. Because if they do want to get Quinn Hughes, if they do want to add a top six forward that is like a difference maker, that's going to be a big help for them for sure. And having Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier on team friendly deals overall will help with that case. I do think Luke Hughes will be seen as a major team friendly deal when his contract kicks in next year, or no, it's this year. Yeah, because he was holding out. It's this year.
Hmm.
But yeah, Jesper Bratt too. Sneaky good deal in the NHL. Nobody
Yeah.
really talks about it because they do have Hughes and Heischer on such bargains, but Bratt's deal's a bargain too. So we'll see what kind of
Hmm.
cap gymnastics they'll able to come up with. Fun little conversation to have. I already know who I'm going to bring up next time we have this conversation, but we'll
Okay.
save that for a different day. Shorts guy, it's
Yeah.
predictions time.
It's that
It's
time.
time. It's time for people to go into the YouTube chat right now. Tell me what you think is going to happen between the New Jersey Devils and the San Jose Sharks. Shorts guy, you're wearing a teal shirt, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
It's actually it's not teal. It's just the lighting here. It's actually a really bright green. It's unfortunately it's more akin to the stupid Eagles green that they wore when they beat the
Oh,
Giants.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's the brewery from down the shore, so it's going to be more skewed towards the freaking Eagles. So yeah, it's not teal. It's a bright
Okay,
green.
I accept that
Yeah.
explanation, but I agree with you supporting the good brewery. I have
Yes.
obviously heard of Mudhen as well, so no free ads, but that's my favorite thing to say. Even if I was getting
Yeah.
paid to
Right.
say their name, I would drop the no free ads in there. Um,
Exactly.
but yeah, I need people to go in and put their predictions. And Shorts guy, while people do that, we'll start with you. Who do you think is going to win this game by what score and why?
Okay. So we got Jake the Snake Allen in net tonight, and we've got some Devils that are looking for some redemption for what happened against the Avalanche, and hopefully that hopefully the Sharks are the recipients of that aggravation. And I think it was someone said it up in the chat. I'm trying to find it real quick. That I had the line of the night by saying drain the tank. Well, I'm going to say the Devils are going to drain the tank tonight and leave those Sharks winless. And the Devils are going to come out. We're going to see the return of Jake the Snake. And it's going to be 4-1 Devils.
4-1 Devils. I like it.
Yep.
I like it a lot. Um, I was wondering. I never even found out. I nailed the score prediction for 2 games ago.
Okay.
What game would that have been? Who did they beat? I think it was 4-3 right before. Oh, Colorado.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah,
Colorado. The
Colorado.
Sunday afternoon game.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I did it from the parking lot at the UC. I
Mm-hmm.
nailed that one. I hope sure. I unfortunately I missed Devils After Dark that day. I was in the United Center covering Blackhawks Kings. I hope I got my credit for getting a score prediction correct.
That's
I
a good
never get
question.
them correct.
I didn't. Yeah. I think the only one that gets them correct just a shade more than you is me, and it's not often.
Well, there are only like 3 other options. I came in second place. Well, how many people competed? 2.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, that's funny. Hilarious. Okay, I'm going to start reading a couple of these. If Sam Wu wants to make his prediction known, because I don't believe he has yet, I would like him to make his prediction known to me too, even though I probably know what the ballpark of it is. Although his they haven't been enough Sam Wooey for my liking so far this season.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saving that. He's probably saving that for the deeper we get into the season. Be a little conservative early on, and then he'll
Hmm.
open up and be a little more fun down the road. But yeah. See, that's funny. This guy, I swear, this guy, he is comedy. Um, let's see. Brooke Amanda, 4-1.
There you go.
Eddie says 5-2 Devils. Did some people change, or did YouTube change the way people's names are popping up? Because I think this is Ted.
Yeah.
Um,
No. No. That would be Tom with the 5-3 prediction.
oh, okay. Tom, five
Yeah.
to three Devils. Max
Hmm.
says, well, and Brooke Amanda, the way her name popped up,
Yeah.
weirded me out too. I might just start calling her Bamanda like overall though. That's an awesome name. Bamanda. I love that. Max 7-5 Devils. Oh my goodness, 5-3 Devils. And Max said go Birds. Shorts guy. I don't know how you want to
Ugh.
respond to that, but
Ugh.
hey, 2 weeks from now, week 10, I have to root for them. You're not going to
Why?
like it. you're not going to like it one bit, but they're playing the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I get that.
And I love you Giants fans. You guys are near and dear to my heart. I'll root for you when you don't impact me.
You hate
But
the Pack.
it's not even like, yes, I do. That's the football team. That's the number one rival to mine.
Yeah.
But like the Bears are in it this year, which is so unusual to me.
You don't know what to
they're
do.
like in the race right now. It's like actually important that the Eagles win that game. So that day I'll be I'm not going to say the chant on this show. That's doing a disservice to New Jersey.
Oh,
I love New Jersey more than I love my least favorite football team losing. I will say that.
It's a terrible city to visit, and their fans are insufferable.
Oh, I know it. Michael Haig, 6-3 Devils, but Muhammad Doolin gets 2 assists. That's funny. Someone predicted that Samu will get the 11-3 Devils prediction. You're going to be stunned when you hear his prediction. Brian says 6-3 Devils. AJ Visco 5-0 Devils. Brian 6-0 Devils. And there's you in the chat. Look at you talking junk to Bumanda. Brian says should be an entertaining game. San Jose is better than my score prediction. Fair. Yeah. No, I do think San Jose is a good team. Like they're not a good team. They're a bad team, I would probably say, but like they're fun bad. Is that a way to describe? I hate when people say that, but it's like the way to describe. Like they're entertaining. 2 years ago, you couldn't have paid me to turn a Sharks game on. But last year, about halfway through the year, you'll watch Celebrini. Will Smith is incredible. I watched a lot of his games at Boston College. I'm a big college hockey fan. When he was at BC, it was incredible. He was with Gabe Perreault, who's a Rangers prospect. They're ruining his development, really annoying me.
What a shock.
And then Ryan Leonard, who's a stud on the Washington Capitals. That line was dynamite. It was one of the best lines in college hockey. So I enjoy watching Will Smith. I enjoy watching Celebrini. I hope they are both terrible tonight. And I'm predicting that the New Jersey Devils are going to win this game 4-3. 4-3 over the San Jose Sharks. Sam Wu gave a prediction.
He did.
People probably think it's 10-0, 15-4, 19-0. Sam Wu thinks the New Jersey Devils are going to win this game 2-1. 2-1 for the New Jersey Devils. Should be fun. If Sam Wu nails that one, he can't make the outlandish predictions ever again. If he nails 2-1, I want 1-goal low-scoring games for the rest of Sam Wu's predicting career.
He's been kind of low scoring predictions this year. So it's weird. It's weird when he does it.
Sam doesn't like me calling out his low scores, I don't think. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love you too, buddy. Shorts guy, you got anything you got to get off your chest before heading out of here? Watch the Devils play the Sharks.
No,
good Jersey matchup, no matter whose barn they're in.
Yeah.
The teal and the red, they just bounce off each other.
Nothing other than you mentioning college hockey reminded me that my team, Sacred Heart, is playing tonight, and they're tied 2-2 currently with Holy Cross. So,
let's go Sacred Heart.
Yeah, I'm just turning that on. So, unless the game's over. But, so I'm going to check that out now. But, yeah, let's go Devils. Drain the tank, baby. Drain the tank and go out of San Jose with a win.
Drain the tank. And make sure after tonight you turn into Devils After Dark and watch Sam Wu and Scotty go over the game that was. Hopefully it is a big New Jersey Devils victory over the San Jose Sharks. I hear things get a little freaky when they do Devils After Dark, when it's a little extra late. I hear they get a little spicy on the show, so you're going to want to make sure you tune into that. And follow at Let's Go Devils Pod on X, Let's Go Devils Podcast on Facebook, and wherever else you get social media. Find the Let's Go Devils Podcast. Subscribe. Shorts guy, I hope you enjoy the game. I hope Sam Wu enjoys the game. I hope everybody in the chat enjoys the game. I'm Vinnie Parise for Shorts guy, for Sam Wu. As always, let's go Devils.